Hey, 20-1s. Here we are in our first lesson in our new unit called Systems. What we're going to do in this unit, same as the other units, is we're going to learn how to solve these things graphically. So grab your graphing calculator, whatever that may be. I'll be using a TI for mine today. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at a system. So remember, we looked at systems in 10C. All a system is we're working with more than one equation. So we've got different variables working together within a system. That's all it means. For us in 20-1, our systems will always be of two equations, no more. They can certainly go beyond two equations, but that's not something we do in high school. Okay, we're going to solve this graphically. So what are we going to do? Well, looking at these systems, what we've got here is we've got ourselves a quadratic and we've got ourselves a linear. I can tell by looking at the highest degree that's on each of those equations. But if I want to solve these graphically, what we need to do is isolate for y. So on the first equation here, I am going to, my y is positive, so I'll move all my other terms to the other side by subtracting them or adding them. For the other equation here, the linear, I notice the y is negative, so I'm going to add the y to the other side. And again, I like to write it more like that. Okay, there's our two equations. Let's call them y1 and y2. So what we're going to do is we're going to graph these. So let's go put these things in our graphing calculator and let's see how we solve them. So let's pull up our graphing calculator. Here we go. Well, I've already inputted mine in, as you can see right there. So take a second and do that on yours. And then when you're done that, just check your window settings. So go zoom, and I like to do 6 for standard. It works most of the time. And look at that. Okay, where are our solutions? Well, our solutions are where these two graphs intersect. Your solution is the x and y value that make the equations true. So again, to find those points of intersection, second, trace, intersect. And again, first curve, second curve, guess, who cares? So 1, 2, and we do it again. And all we have to do here is just, of course, move it closer over. It's just a little slow with my emulator. And bang, 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 4, 5. So there's our 2 points of intersection, 1, 2, and 4, 5. So what we found were 1, 2, and 4, 5. Now this is our solution set. So I'm going to write it as a solution set. Now, how do I check my work? Well, to verify my work, friends, all I'm going to do is I would sub these points back into the given equations. So let's try 1, 2. So I'm going to sub 1, 2 into what I've got labeled as y1 here. So if I sub that in on the left-hand side, what do I get? Well, I get 2. On the right-hand side, I'm going to sub in 1. So I get 1 squared plus 6 times 1 minus 3, which is negative 1 plus 6 minus 3. And that better equal 2. And it does, because that's what the left-hand side is equal to. So I verified that point. Okay, but what I'd want to do to make sure that I've got this all correct is I would sub that now into my other equation, y2. And so I would just simply repeat the process here. So again, I sub it in. So on the left-hand side, I would get 2. On the right-hand side, I sub in. And when I sub it in, what was our point again? 1, 2. 1 plus 1. Hey, that's 2. It's verified. Now, I would not stop there on a test. I would verify my second point of 4, 5 into, again, y1 and y2 and make sure the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. There it is, friends. So when we're solving an equation graphically, what we want to consider is getting y isolated and graph and solve, finding the point of intersection or points, depending on the question. There it is. See you next time.